Hello there everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Good Game Have Fun. This is THP talking to you guys once again, and I don't know anything about Langrisser, which is apparently a tactical kind of strategy RPG that has been around for a while now, since like PlayStation 1 kind of days. And it has a very unique art style. I went ahead and did some research, and by research I mean I just googled it. And I saw the images, and oh my god, the game looks beautiful. I love the art style. I've never seen it. I honestly, this is like my very first time really looking at the game. I like it. It has that 1980s, 1990s kind of art style. It's really, I mean, look at this, man. It just looks so sexy. It's looking really nice. Like the design of the girls are really good. That elf girl looks fucking perfect. It's really, really nice. It's almost like a, you know, like a Senseiya kind of look. It's really, really nice. This is a very original. It pops a lot. It has a lot of color. It's just really nice. It's really pleasant to look at. Such a nice art style. I like it a lot. I personally like it a lot. And then I also took the liberty of looking up some gameplay for Langrisser. In fact, let's go to the bigger screen so you guys can really see it. Yeah, this is Langrisser 2 PlayStation 1 gameplay. Yeah, so it's kind of like Fire Emblem in the sense that you're on a grid with a team, you have little pixelated guys, and you go in and you hit each other. Except that instead of individual guys, it's like armies. So you see like the power and your units and all that stuff. A lot of people do seem to like it. Of course, it's a Japanese game. But, you know, it is popular with a lot of people. A lot of people do enjoy it and like it. You know, you have that art style right there with the character portraits there at the bottom. It looks like a fine game. Like, I'm honestly not super into strategy RPGs in that way. Like, the biggest thing that I've ever gotten into in terms of strategy stuff is Fire Emblem. And this seems to be very similar to that, but this one kind of has its own little flavor. It's kind of different in its own way. I enjoy looking at it. It's a really, really, really nice series to look at. Now, why am I prefacing all of this? Now, why am I saying all these things before I get to what you obviously, what I'm gonna talk about? Well, the thing is that they recently, I think Gamescom? No, it wasn't a Gamescom. Yeah, Famitsu Magazine. They just revealed with a big giant L. I think in a way, the L is a little bit appropriate here. Because they announced a 1 and 2 Langrisser full remake for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. There will be an announcement event for August 29th, which is only a few days away. This is the magazine revealing it. Tactical RPG series. It's been around for a long time. Again, today and yesterday was like my very first time really exposing myself to it. The games are being fully remade from graphics and gameplay, and it'll be easier to play for newcomers. Everything is completely new, basically, other than like the story. The Katakawa Games will be making it. Supervision is apparently extreme. Extreme supervision. And the game is half done. 50% complete. Now, right now, we just have a big giant L. But what does the game actually look like? Well, you'd think that maybe it looked like this, but slightly more revamped, right? Kind of like Sailor Moon Crystal, where it still kind of has that older look, but it looks kind of more... It has better lighting and more detail, but it still looks kind of newer, right? I mean, this in itself already looks pretty fucking new and cool. This looks timeless. But unfortunately, for me at least, and maybe unfortunately for a lot of you guys, the game just looks like Fire Emblem. This might upset a lot of you guys. It certainly upset me, and I've never played these games at all. Like those 5 minutes that I've seen of gameplay from this video, that is all I know about Langrisser, and I already want to play it a lot. But then I saw this, and then I saw the fucking screenshots, and I no longer want to play this game anymore. Like, seriously, like, the level of interest that I had for this game went from, like, 110%, and it plummeted to, like, a fucking 10. Because I honestly... This just looks like Fire Emblem. And, there aren't, like, little pixelated sprites or, like, these little chibi characters. It looks like they're taking Fire Emblem Heroes. You know Fire Emblem Heroes? That looks exactly the same as this. Even, like, the way that the characters are kind of placed in this poster look exactly the same. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this guy's fucking Roy, from Fire Emblem. Who is she? Who is she supposed to be? Is she supposed to be, this girl? Or that girl? I don't know, like... They just look very different in a very not good kind of way. And it kind of sucks because, you know, I saw the art and I'm like, this game looks fucking fantastic. I want to get into it. And I see it into this very, like, bland, generic anime kind of thing. Now, granted, it looks like Fire Emblem, and Fire Emblem looks good. But, I don't know, man. Even the Fire Emblem art style is not the most outstanding thing ever. I could certainly say that, you know, they can do a better job at making Fire Emblem looking better than it does now. It doesn't look bad now, but it looks serviceable. It looks okay. It looks good. But for a game that used to look like this, and then have it look like that, just kind of homogenize it with Fire Emblem, it's a massive turnoff, man. Like, it's such a... Like, my boner died down so fucking quickly when I saw this. I don't know, man. I'm sure the game is great. I'm sure the game is good. I'm sure the game is gonna play exactly like the first one, but... I mean, look at this. These little, like, chibi shit, like, you know, would you rather... This looks like a phone game. It looks like I'm playing a phone game in a bad way. Now, granted, I don't want to discriminate against phone games because there are a lot of mobile phone games that are fucking amazing. The fucking, like, I played all of Doom for the very first time on my phone. I played through all of fucking, you know, Phoenix Wright on this. I played, the Final Fantasy games on this. I played Square Enix on my phone. Fucking Chrono Trigger. I played, The World Ends With You. Fucking The World Ends With You, 100%. I played it on my phone. I have Luminous on this. I have Senran Kagura on this. There are so many fantastic games that I have on my phone. I don't want to give phone games a bad rap because there is the possibility that there are fantastic games on this. But this looks like a bad one of those. This looks like they're gonna show me a window for microtransactions after in a few minutes. This looks like I'm playing Fire Emblem Heroes, but like, you know, like vertical, like horizontal, I mean. This just doesn't look like what I was envisioning. If they're gonna do a remake, it almost looks like they're demaking it. Like they're kind of like not doing what the fans might want, I think. And again, this is coming from the perspective, like literally like yesterday I discovered that this fucking series existed. I've never played it. But just like Googling it, like I just Googled it. And, you know, all of this art looks so much more pretty and distinctive and beautiful. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this. And what, like, you think it's gonna compete with, like, fucking, what, with this? I don't know. You could have changed the name Langrisser and put, like, Fire Emblem Gaiden 2. And I would have believed you. I would not have doubted that for a single second. You would have even shown me the screenshots of it. And be like, oh, it's based around Fire Emblem Heroes, and it's a different kind of game, but it's still strategy. And I would have believed you. I would have never doubted you for a second. That's how it's way too similar. Like, honestly, like, it's not... Again, it's not a bad art style, but it's bad for this, you know, specifically. Whenever I think about this, I just keep looking at this, and I keep looking at this gameplay with, like, sprites that just look better, more fun to play around with. You know, look at that. It looks like fucking Sailor Moon. It's great. And I think, I think before the 1 and 2 remake, there was, like, a mobile game for Langrisser that came out a while back that has pretty much exactly the same stuff, the same assets and stuff, so maybe that's where they're getting all their stuff from the mobile game. But I don't know, man. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. I really haven't checked the comments, or I really haven't checked, you know, the fan reception to this thing, but I don't know if people will like it. I feel like I feel like this is something that people will be pissed off about, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. This video might end up being on the shorter side because, again, I don't know anything about the game. So I'm kind of just giving you my first initial impressions of somebody who is going to play Langrisser 1 and 2 for the very first time and seeing this change. I don't know. I just... It kind of makes you want to go back to play the older ones and play those, rather than to come back and watch this kind of like iPhone, you know, a little way too clean and simple kind of look. It just looks very bland. It looks bland. All of these characters could literally be in any other video game, in any other RPG, and I would have believed you, you know? But this looks a little bit more distinctive, you know? I can kind of acknowledge, okay, you know, this design, this character, this is from Langrisser, you know? It's just, I don't know. It just looks a lot. I want to download this and have this be my desktop background, you know? It looks that good. But, yeah, man. I feel like people are going to be pissed. I don't know the fan base or anything. I just wanted to make a video on this to kind of just express my interest in this franchise, because apparently it's been a thing for a while and I've just never known it. But hey, man, I'm not really one to talk. I think this is a good time to just kind of let the fan base sort of, you know, decide what to do with this. Now, granted, when the Japanese market kind of, you know, announces stuff like this, nothing really stops them. You know, if it's a remake, I sincerely doubt they're gonna be like, oh, I apologize, we'll totally remake the whole thing again. They said that they were 50% into development, so I sincerely doubt they're gonna stop now. And just, like, hire a different art guy. I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit too late for that. I feel like the purpose was to, like, repurpose their iPhone assets and move them over to the Switch and PS4. And I think that's a real bad move. But what do I know? Again, I'm not super knowledgeable about this. This is why this video is going to be a little shorter than usual. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys ever heard of Langrisser? If you have, what do you guys think about the games? What do you guys think about this change? Me, as a guy that doesn't know anything, I don't like it. To be perfectly honest, I would very much rather, like, download an emulator and just play these old ones, because these look so much more better and interesting. And then just pray that, you know, that the 1 and 2 remakes are good. I'm sure that gameplay-wise, they're just fine, but just, you know, the art style, you know, the art direction, to me, is a thing that matters to me a lot, you know? I like it when a game looks nice, but I don't like it when they kind of, like, you know, it feels like a step backwards, in my personal opinion. I just don't know why people thought it'd be a good idea. Maybe they couldn't hire the guy. Maybe the guy that does this art wasn't able to do it at the time. Maybe he didn't get paid well enough, or I don't know. I don't know anything. Like, you know, for the people that do know about this, please inform me. Let me know in the comments so that I can, you know, kind of get up to speed with what the hell's going on here. Because I am interested. I don't know. I'm interested in Langrisser, but I think I'm more interested in those older ones than I am in this new one. So thank you very much, Remake, for advertising the older ones inadvertently instead of advertising your new one. If anything, you made me want to stay away from that new one as far as possible and just play the original ones. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like and, of course, subscribe. Hit the bell icon. And you can hit all the social media links down in the description if you're interested. And again, in this video in particular, I am very interested what the people in the comments have to say. Hopefully there's some experts out there that can really fill me in. I really want to know what's up with this game, because it really did catch my eye, but maybe like 20, 25 years a little bit too late. See ya.